And we're back with Richard Reviews. Today we're reviewing a book for you for richardreviews.com on his Griffin Chestnut YouTube channel, which reviews books and other forms of educational purposes that Richard provides for all the viewers. Today we're reviewing this book titled There Are Two Errors in the Title of This Book by Robert M. Martin, a sourceful book of philosophical puzzles, paradoxes, problems, and puzzles. Now, right off the bat, this book is not your average book in terms of story, fictional, educational, purposeful, or any other form of that magnitude. This book just literally has different sections of different puzzles and problems and paradoxes. There is no story, there is no realm. He does provide some sort of an order between the two that he tries to evaluate in some sort of form and wavy constitution that wraps it all in and then pulls it apart, which is great that Robert M. Martin does himself. Richard obtained this book in 2014, and he completed reading it in 2014. He briefly spoke about this book at his college editorial conference when he was at Plattsburgh University. And I believe he also did the same at Stony Brook. Richard is a native of New York, and this is a formidable process of his reading skill. He found this book very enjoyable, with all the puzzles pretty brain twisters and a fluid motion of detail-oriented stuff. Richard liked that in this book there was a notable references to Hemingway, Leo Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, and countless others. Even a little bit Prout, Faust, and Acknowledgment all are common readers and authors that Richard does enjoy, which he found very intriguing. Now, as you can tell from the title of this book, as we're going to go over now, there are two errors in the title of this book. Now, the two errors, if you can't tell just from reading it, he actually shows you at the bottom here. See pages 125 and 179 about this title. See page 223 about the butterfly and the city. So, the butterfly and the city, he's referring to this city down here, which is a illustration, and this butterfly up in the right hand corner, which is also an illustration. Now, the two titles of this book, spoiler ahead, is in fact the double "the" right here. So there are two titles, there are two errors in the title of this book. Now, the human brain automatically just put those together, and you don't even realize you're saying it. There are two errors in the title of this book. The second error, of course, is this star. We'll get into that in a separate video. Now, the piece itself is very well kept. Richard himself takes good care of his books. The price on this book, I don't know. We don't have it here. But I believe Richard purchased this for under $20 in 2014. Now you can tell Richard keeps great care in his book, though. This piece Richard read in 2014, and it's still in great condition. Richard takes a lot of good care in his stuff. Now let's look inside. This is all puzzles and different sources of continental errors that you may find intriguing. If philosophical questions and puzzles interest you, this book is definitely going to be a must-have. As you can see, he notes each one impossible surprises. The present of the king stopped being robbed banks, Russell's view, quoting multiple philosophical memberships such as Tolstoy, the surprising meatloaf. There's a lot of pop culture references in here as well. The birds and the bees, self-defeating massacres, and illustration also, philosophically, and bait shop. This is what was the topic of a big paradox in this book. that Richard really enjoyed for the moment. And as we continue down, he labels each chapter with the certain situation that you would find in everyday pop culture, references to Zion, Zen Buddha, and more. Richard rates this book very highly. He thought that this really showed up through, this has to do with free will. This is a big part in the freedom versus uncaused action. Yeah, this book was very well done, and the footnotes are also well done as well. You can see right here, this book is a green book. A lot of this have to do with providing a benefit for the environment and saving the earth as we live on it today. This book, Richard rates about a 6 out of 9, which is pretty high, and he considered it a very decent and fulfilling read through the summer vacation in 2014. That's Richard Review here on richardreview.com/GriffinChestnut/RichardReviews Books here on YouTube. Thank you.